further, I just want to thank all you people for coming here and helping us celebrate this wonderful occasion. An extra special thank you to the parents, Randy and Carol, Ashley's parents, and Nick and Nancy, Nick's parents. For those of you that haven't had the pleasure of meeting me, my name is Shawn, and I've been Nick's friend for about 20 years. Over those 20 years, I've been his confidant, mostly his partner in crime, but today, with pride, his best man. Me and Nick met freshman year in high school, and we've been buddies ever since. I did whatever any best man would do in this situation. I made sure that he was always busy with sports, and that comes along with a sports contract, and I made sure that he never, ever, ever broke that sports contract. That was very important. Very important. We went to different colleges, but we still remained close. I always had a blast visiting Nick at either Portland State or Western. I'm not sure he can say the same when he came to visit me in Pullman. I think he was more just happy to make it out alive. Nick and I have been best buddies for a while now, and we've had a lot of good experiences, made a lot of good memories. This is not low. So yeah, whoever's kids those are, they're doing a great job. But anyway, Nick and I have been through a lot together. We've got a lot of good stories, a lot of good memories. Some of our best memories have come from our travels. We've been pretty lucky to visit some pretty epic spots around the world. Whether it was the police escort in Costa Rica, Kyle, you can tell them that story. Or in Belize, jumping out of a moving golf cart to avoid a swarm of killer bees, man. And most recently, we got to go to Brazil for Carnival. And on the way home, we stopped by Machu Picchu, and it was incredible. Now, I couldn't ask for a better travel buddy. There's just one minor detail. The guy can snore like no one's business. Now, I've had some experience with snoring. I mean, I was in a fraternity. I lived on a sleeping porch for 2 years. I've never heard anything even close to the snoring that this guy can do. And for those of you that have ever had the pleasure of sharing a room with him, or even an adjoining room, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And the worst part about it is if you can finally get the guy to quit snoring, and trust me, this has been timed, you have 12.7 seconds to fall back asleep before he will start snoring again. Ashley, I don't know how you do it. Honestly, I don't know. True love. The first time I met Ashley was at dinner. Nick invited me to dinner. We had a great dinner. I learned all about what gluten-free means. And I gotta admit, you scored major points in my book when I found out you went to Wazoo. I even remember thinking to myself, man, after all the crap that Nick gives me about being a kook, how cool would it be if he ended up marrying a kook? Little do we know, it happened. There was one day this summer, Nick was razzing me about being a kook. Sent me an email. It wasn't the nicest email, but I was used to it. And so I reminded him, hey buddy, a couple months here, you're gonna be marrying a kook, just FYI. And he came with probably one of the best quote responses I've ever heard. The email response was so good, I kept it.
Oh boy.
Don't worry.
Brace yourself.
I could probably read that email through my head. No, I don't need to read it. I know what it's saying.
Here we go. And I quote, "As for marrying a coug, I guess no one is perfect. And if they were, they certainly wouldn't be marrying me." Now, Nick, seriously, this is where we get the mush going. I couldn't ask for a better friend than you. Your friendship truly means a lot to me. I've looked up to you literally all my life. I couldn't think of a better person to attend or watch a Seahawks game with. You always have my back. I can't even begin to count how many times we've laughed ourselves into tears. And absolutely no one better to discuss just how good my fantasy team is and just how bad his fantasy team is. But Nick, seriously, what I realized, you mean the world to me. You're probably one of the most generous and caring people that I've ever met. You truly have the biggest heart of anyone I know. They say marriage is not about finding that person that you can live with. It's about finding that person that you can't live without. And I know my best friend has found that person. So raise your glasses. Here's a toast to a long life filled with adventure, family, and most importantly, love. Cheers to Mrs. and Mrs. Jerkovich.
Way to go, Shawn!
Shawn Campos, ladies and gentlemen, he'll be here all week. Thanks a lot. Make sure to come back and see him. Tip your service. Thank you so much.